from the game. Thabiso, my guy.
Don't pretend like you are smiling, man. Just cry.
Yeah. To be honest, oh man, I'm so disappointed. To be honest, I think Sundowns is gonna take this one from what I saw. I even saw Matoho going forward as a striker. Like, yeah, hey, we have a useless coach, Vato. Like, hey, I wanna swear, but let me just hold. Now I want to swear, but like seriously, like our coach, I selling us dreams, Vato. I selling us dreams from I don't even know where. Like the guy is clueless. Like I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Cause first thing first, Sifama was playing and I saw what he was trying to do, but he needed someone he could give the ball to, right? Mm-hmm. And then the first thing he does is he comes back from halftime. He lives on Grandpa Parker. He lives on Sussman, and I don't know what he was thinking. But to be honest, like I'm gonna get out of this call as early as I can. But I'm just gonna say, Sundowns is gonna take this one. Vet is gonna beat us because they play football, but Roca is just gonna drag us. Like this one is we already lost it. Like we lost it. We as Kaizer Chiefs fans should just We're just gonna put our tails behind us.
Let me ask you this, Tabi, quickly. You know, I'm looking at Baka's not Baka, sorry man. Frosler was playing in the middle park, and in the first half I think he was the only performing player. But now my question is that Coach Middendorp has trust in Safuma to play in front of Billiard and Zuma and the like on the bench. But yet, why does he not have the same trust in playing Ngobo or playing Bakas instead of playing Frosler, who is a natural winger? He's a fullback, but you playing him in the midfield.
Yeah.
Do you think there's factions at Chiefs? Why are we opting to play people off position rather than playing people that actually specialize in those positions?
Remember, let me start with this. We don't know which formation our coach is playing. First thing first, we don't know it at Kaizer Chiefs. He doesn't know it. Like Frosler he's a right winger, he's a right back, and also he can play, as a left back. And there he pushes inside there to try play something that he's not sure what he's gonna do there. Like there's Bakas he could have played there. Bakas could have controlled the balls. He could have put on Jangase to control the balls. But he decided to go and force Frosler to do something that he couldn't do. Like, to be honest, now I just want to wake up early morning, receive the only good news I expect early morning is to say, Middendorp is on a flight, he's going back to Germany. That's the only thing I expect right now. Like, to discuss what happened in the field today, I don't know what to say. The plumber should just go back.
Sedi is here.
Okay, well,
yes.
Hard luck, Thabiso. I think as much as you had a disappointing result, but I'm sure the smiles that you see from Sundowns supporters is of relief of getting the 3 points, but the performance maybe not so much. But anything else you want to add? Because I know you want to leave the chat room.
No, I'm just gonna say congratulations, Sundowns. And I saw what Pito did. I parked passing. I won a 6 move. I was like, what the hell? Like 6 men. He went like he was ready to defend that one goal. And I saw, today I saw Rulani coach his part of the game. I saw Pito coach his part of the game, and I saw Mangoba coach his part of the game. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but there were parts where you can see, okay, there's Rulani's tactics, and you're like, okay, there's Pito's tactics, and after that you're like, wait, there's Mangoba's tactics. So it was like, I know like you guys didn't have the game you wanted, but the tactics that they came with really worked for them. They knew what they were doing. Like, I give it up to Pito, to be honest. They knew what they were doing. Each one had his own, had an opportunity, to play his own game. I saw Roland, like the first few minutes where someone was giving it to us, I was like, okay, that's Roland. And then you're like, okay, now you can see Pito's mind games. And then you can see Mangoba is like, okay, I'm going to finish them off. And then our coach was like, don't worry, I will help you. And so anyway, Middendorf should go back, man. The plumber should go back. Hey, thanks guys, and you can enjoy the La Decima.
Don't leave, man. Don't leave. What am I?
So I see
He's running away
a full house from Sundowns. I think we can go. Mish, I'm sorry, but let's
it's a full house.
we need to feel the heat first from the Sundowns supporters rejoicing from the win.
Hi, Mish.
Can I start? Please?
Go on.
Come, let's go, Sedi. And then after Pro will go, and then Pasudi, and then we'll go as we go. Let's go, Sedi.
I just want to start saying, re ba utlwile ba re se ba mabane ka tsheko re thank you morena re thank you morena re bona yes. Okay, but on the real though, we should have finished.
I don't think I can take this one.
No matter on the real though, we should have finished.
I'm grateful for Ngonga, by the way. He saved us.
He messed us up. He messed us up.
Are the only Sundowns fans here? What's going on?
Yeah,
Hey!
it's only you.
Hello.
So the other guys are not pitching up.
Listen up. You guys set me up. Ivan, you set me up. You sabotaged me, bro.
Remove that
He
pen.
doesn't have data.
You're still showing that pen.
See, I'm brave enough to come on. I'm brave enough. I'm still confident that we're still going to win the league because we're
You're
still
not
first.
alone, man.
You
You're
guys
not
are still
alone.
second.
No, you're not alone. You're not
Remember
alone.
that you're second.
You're not
You
alone.
are second.
You
Remember,
won't.
you are number 2 still. This means I'm a coach for life. You are still second.
Yeah, no.
You won't.
You're still second. So
We need Middendorf to go, man. We need
you're still on
Middendorf to
top
go.
of the league.
Let
We
me go
lost,
rant on my
and
Twitter page.
congratulations to Sundowns. We lost. We take the defeat, and there's 3 more games left. How many goals are you guys behind us?
Wait,
It's 4 goals.
Just guys.
16 and 21.
4 goals.
Sundowns is on plus 16, Chris is on plus 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, let's go to
Five.
Pasudi. And
Oh,
then
which is 5
go to
goals.
Pro.
yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, go Pasudi.
Yeah, so guys, from my side, I'm very excited that we managed to win this game. It is something that was expected because obviously in most seasons we dominate Kaizer Chiefs, especially in our final round with them. We always beat them. They know it very well. I think the last time they beat us in our second game in the league was back in 2017 when Bangali.
When
Bangali scored.
April.
Yeah. You remember that day very well. Yeah. So I'm happy that we beat Kaizer Chiefs, and like I indicated that even if we don't win this league, I think from my side the most important thing is beating Kaizer Chiefs. You know, when Sundowns beats Kaizer Chiefs, I just forget about everything. Like I feel like the league is useless.
The league is useless.
Like,
is that?
Yeah, I feel like the league is useless. I still remember when we won the league without beating Kaizer Chiefs. I was not happy. I always rejoice when we beat Kaizer Chiefs because it gives me something to talk about on Twitter. That's the most important thing. I mean, like my draft is almost full right now. I'm gonna tweet a lot of things about Kaizer Chiefs, trolling it. I think up until
have drafts. Is that how intense?
Okay, bro.
Because you were confident that you were gonna beat us. That you have drafts ready. Because we post one time. No drafts.
I was confident that we're gonna beat you guys because, like I said, in our second round, you guys don't see anything. We always dominate you in the second round. The only problem that I had was in the second half. I feel like we gave Kaizer Chiefs too much respect to a point whereby they ended up sending Mateo to be a striker.
Yes.
Like doing that against Sundowns is just, I don't understand how people allow something like that to happen. Because the only tactical change that we were supposed to make as Mamelodi Sundowns was just to replace Tlhologelo with Charlie. Then we are done. And then bring in Mabue because Mabue also helps defensively. I always troll the boy on Twitter. Don't take it offensive. Don't be offended about it. It's part of the game. But he's a very good player, that boy. And I feel like if Peter can continue using him and on the right-hand side as a right middle or right winger, we're going to benefit a lot from him. He's very good. He's coming all right. That's all from my side.
Bro?
Firstly, good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Happy for the win. Not happy with the performance second half. I think, like PF said, Coach Peter gave them a lot of respect, unnecessarily so. But let me speak first about the formation. Peter got it right with its formation. We had bodies in almost every area on the pitch. I was not happy with our recovery rate. Whenever Chiefs were in possession, it took us a lot of time to get the ball back. We waited until they gave it to us, or we waited until they got into our into our danger zone. That is when we looked like, no, we wanted to tackle them and win the ball back. Also, I think what also worked in our favor is the psychological battle of the Orlando Stadium. You know that in the past few years, we have played 5 games, including today's one. We have played 5 games at Orlando Stadium. We have won 4 and lost 1. Orlando Stadium is our happy hunting ground. And the fact that Orlando Stadium is the house for Kaizer Chiefs' biggest rival, it also psychologically it works against them. And lastly, the tactical bankruptcy of Ernest Middendorp, with all due respect, that's not Kaizer Chiefs that is playing there. I just want to quickly go and check if Junior Kanye is loaded, because there's also another point.
Like my brother.
You're killing me, Ivan. You're killing me. I have 5 minutes, Ivan. And then I'll go back to my channel. By the way, I have my own channel, guys. I have my own channel.
Listen
I
up,
came on
Percy.
here to get sabotaged. I have my own Amakosi channel, and I got sabotaged by Ivan here, bro. Ivan, we need to talk after this, Ivan. Sabotage.
No.
Yo.
Yeah, I was saying Middendorp was let down by his own tactics. I think he was beaten in his own game. He was given the ball, but he didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. And Sundowns in the second half, they allowed that number 5 guy, Akumu, to have the ball. And he didn't know what to do with this. They allowed Sussman to have the ball. He didn't know what to do with this. The only player that gave us problems in the second half was Zuma. And also, Parker was not dangerous at all. I cannot say anything about Kama Billiards, but let's be honest. Middendorp doesn't have any other plans. It was like schoolboys. They were playing against the mighty Sundowns. Kaizer Chiefs was just nowhere. I'll just end.
Mish, come in, my brother.
Listen up, Percy.
I don't ask you questions, man. But look, all I can say is today's game was drama on both sides. How was the game for you? Because I know you're probably frustrated with what transpired.
I'm very upset. I'm very disappointed in how we set up the team. Firstly, I think Middendorp, I don't think the players understand what Middendorp wants. Firstly, because he brings in 6 defenders or 5 defenders, and Frostler's playing as a winger. Manyama is a winger now today. Before he's in the middle. Frostler was also playing in the middle in the second half. We had. Then you mentioned you mentioned that. Then Matoho was playing as a striker in the last 15 minutes. We were all over the place. Possession-wise as well, we were disgraceful. We were disgusting. And Sundowns took advantage of that. You guys did well when we were sleeping in defense. Cardozo and Matoho weren't communicating well enough. I thought Sussman had a good game. I don't think he had a terrible game. But the people who disappointed me the most, the whole team just as a whole disappointed me in terms of their position. Because every time we lost the ball, that's how Sundowns just kept coming at us. But the other thing, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, but I'm a bit disappointed that Pito didn't play the way he generally does. You guys usually are known for a beautiful, attractive football, but today you guys were ugly. You guys did not play that beautiful, attractive football you guys usually play. It was very defensive, very deep. parking the bus style, which I'm not used to seeing Sundowns play. And I don't think Sundowns were used to. I mean, I don't think Chiefs were also used to. Weren't expecting that.
When last did you watch a Sundowns game?
The last one when you guys which one lost? The one you guys lost to Cape Town. That was the last game. I didn't watch Monday's game.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Monday's game.
So Mish,
apparently this is the Sundowns way of playing. Packing the bus. Happy just packing the bus.
The thing is, Mish, you know, we spoke about. I mean, everybody knows this. It's a well-known secret. You know, some term it as an aeroplane football, some term it as direct football, and all that. And we spoke about the fact that, look, obviously it's late in the season to change the way you guys play, but at the same time, teams have figured that out. We saw from Celtics, we saw from the previous team that you played against, Polokwane City. So they almost know that this is how they're going to play. And with us in the first half, I can say we were doing exactly that. The guys were trying to avoid giving out fouls, trying to giving out corners or anything. But now, you know, with the football that you guys playing, with you guys missing Nokovic and you guys missing Castro, is it now exposing the game plan itself where you can't even utilize Kambole properly? You can't utilize the youngster that you played. I mean, he was all alone, basically trying to beat the whole Sundowns defense. Where you have
I think what he was doing was wrong. He was going about it in the wrong way also, Sifama he's inexperienced, and I think it was too early to bring him into a game of this caliber. Polokwane City is fine, and Chipa and Baroka and all these other teams. I'm not saying they are small teams. I'm saying this game was too big for him to start him. We should have started with Zuma, you know, or who's on the wing there, or even Kama. Just start with Kama. I mean, we needed experience today, and it showed. We really missed. You can see we really missed Nukovic, and it because usually it's proven now that we're very dependent on him. He bosses the front day. He pushes men off the ball. He's all over the place. It was terrible. It was terrible in the front. We had nothing to offer. The only time I think, which was a clear chance, we had Parker had one. We actually could have had the game in our favor early in the first half.
Yeah.
Bernard Parker missed that. I don't know what he was doing. He actually passed the ball instead of shooting. That was the most frustrating thing for me, that we could have had this game first before, you know, Sundowns took it by the scruff of the neck. So I'm just disappointed all around with the whole way we played. Mostly also with how Middendorp just decides to change everything in you know, for such a big game. I'm terribly disappointed. But yeah, well done to Sundowns, man.
Tlholo?
I don't even know where to start, eh? Like, there's a mouthful to say about today's game. Firstly, we're happy for the 3 points, but our game today, I played today, we bossed the first half, man. We bossed that first half. We were in control. You know, everything was going well. And had we kept that game like that, we could have had a better scoreline. You know, taking out Cyrino and Zwane, Peter's not good for my emotions and for my mental health and emotional health.
It was clear what was happening with Cyrino and Zwane going out at the same time.
Exactly.
No,
why do you take
a lot of us off?
The only substitution that was needed today was Kekani. That was the only, because we're playing for the first time in a very long time. We were seeing normal Sundowns football today in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a good thing for us. And I think the very sad thing that we as Sundowns fans have to accept is that for the remainder of the season, packing the bus is going to be our play.
But packing the bus is not a nice game to watch.
It really is, because it's emotionally frustrating. Because the problem with packing the bus is you score one, right? You park the bus. if somehow they penetrate your defense and score, you don't have a comeback. That's the biggest problem with packing
at coming back.
You know, you can't come back. And for me, my heart bleeds for those missed chances. Mabui chance, Sereno chance, Ngonga chance. Those chances. It was a 4-0 today. We closed the goal difference gap, but it didn't happen.
It should be a 4-0 win.
You know what I mean? But I think the only positive that I'm taking for the last 3 games, right, is that we are experiencing this type of thing. I think that's the one positive that I'm taking out of it, because Kaizer Chiefs, and you could see also today's game, right, that our players' mindsets, mentally, they know how to do this. And Kaizer Chiefs is all over the place. You know, first half, I could see that with Cardoso and Matong, one of them was committing to Meza, and that created leaks for them in their defense. So I think Kaizer Chiefs is going to battle this. Unfortunately, I think they're going to battle this because both the players and the coach have no experience in doing this. And for us, that's a positive. But I'm still not convinced. Today's game, today's game.
Let's hear you, Mpedulo.
Guys, can I?
Body Phakamiso 7, Phakamiso Yo guys, I'm so happy. I was like, what a match. But I was not happy. That was second half. It was bad. Anyway, I'm with Sundowns fans here also.
Hello.
Let's have here. There's some pure, yeah. Yeah, man. Why are we not taking our chances? Like the first half, I wasn't happy in how. Huh?
Second time, Ngonga is not taking a chance.
Yeah, Anele Ngonga, guys. I think he's ready to go to Belgium. You know. So I was not happy. I was not happy with and Sereno also. I think that there was a chance where he skinned Matoho, and then he was through on goal. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, like I'm happy with the 3 points, but I'm not happy with our second half performance. We let Chiefs to come and attack us. They could have scored a goal there. They could have scored a goal. They were attacking, and thanks to our comedy Mweni.
He was on.
I
think I got about 3 or 4 chances.
Yeah. He was good. He was good in the air also. Like he was winning balls in the air.
You know what the scary thing is? Is that if Onyango was there, we all know those balls would have gone in. And he's Africa's #1. But we all know those funny things would have gone in.
You know what I like about Mweni tonight is that, we talk about the aerial presence. When he called for the ball, it was clear to the defenders he was calling from the ball. Nobody, there was no miscommunication or anything.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
Madisha actually behaved.
Madisha and Lebusa were superb. Were superb in defense.
They did well.
They did well. And the subs, guys, the subs, they keep dribbling the coach. I was not happy with the subs, especially the first subs. You can't take our creative players, both of them, same time, while we are under attack. Those guys were creating chances there. We were gonna get a goal and then close and then we can take them out after they scored. So like taking them out around that time and taking both of them out was not good at all.
Just say
and also this team of so
I'm saying just say it was not a wise move. It's not an insult to say that. It was not a wise move.
Yeah, that's true. And then there was let's see, my boy's chance, ne? My boy's chance was so unlucky, boy. I wanted him to get that goal so that he can get his confidence back. And great performance by Meza, guys. Yeah, Meza was working hard.
Yeah.
Meza,
He really was.
And I said he was going to run like a headless chicken today, but he proved me wrong.
Meza's trying to secure his spot in that starting 11.
Yeah.
But the problem with him is that he doesn't score. He works hard. But
that's the problem.
That luck.
Meza
I
needs
think the
someone
timing
with him up front. He needs someone with him up front because he works for the ball, and then after working for the ball, he has no one to give it to who pushes to the front. So he needs someone with him there in front where he can just pass through the ball.
But I think
he needs support.
I think he also needs to improve in terms of cutting in when he needs to cut in. You know, I think that's one aspect of the you saw that missed opportunity from Sereno. You know, with those guys, because they are not mobile. If you cut in properly, because the thing is, when he's wide there, he draws one defender with him. So if he's able to cut in, he will have already eliminated a defender and either create an opportunity for himself to score or even create an opportunity, to lay the ball for the other players. Maybe, maybe it's something that he can do better if he's coming from the left than when he's coming from the right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's also more like this guy, Mashambi. Mashambi also needs to
work on his finishing.
I saw him when he came on.
Mashambi just needs to work on his
even his first touch.
And first touch.
His first touch also sucks.
Yeah, but overall, let's chase this league, guys. I think we can beat these three teams from Limpopo. Did I say Limpopo right?
From where?
Limpopo.
It's Limpopo.
Guys, come on.
1M.
Come on, guys. With us, it's always been Limpopo.
We don't care about you.
So yeah,
Shompo Kikana right now should no longer be a key member of the squad. He should be a squad player. A team needs a squad player who can lead from the bench or whatever, lead from the dressing room. He must be a squad player who will get cameo roles to close off games or whatsoever. Because the thing is, even when he signed his 4-year extension, I was worried. I've been worried about Kikana. There was a time where I had a discussion on Twitter and a lot of people were saying I'm a bit unfair. But what I was saying at the time was that if we've got Kikana there, we are delaying our progress because, the longer he stays there, the longer we delay giving another player an opportunity to come and cement his place in the midfield.
I just find it funny because every team has a Kekana, hey? Like Chiefs Kekana is Parker. Wa Pirates Jele. Wa Kaizer. Those players that you put there because of their leadership skills. But leadership when we want game penetrate and score. Yes, you're right.
You
know what I mean? Like every big team has them. You ask yourself why is a coach still playing Parker? If you're being honest, Parker's mistakes the past few games. You ask yourself why he's still walking into that lineup.
But
I get the Chiefs doesn't have depth. So honestly, that's why Parker's going to walk into the starting 11. Chiefs,
but you know what?
Unlike us, Chiefs doesn't have depth.
And the other thing is that, for other teams, I understand because coaches have jobs to protect. So they will need to go with a tried and tested. But with Pizzo, Pizzo's job is safe. Pizzo is not in a position. With Sundowns is that when Sundowns is not doing well, but with a new blood, I don't mind. I don't mind us getting a hide in with a new blood while we see that, we are preparing for the future. But it becomes an issue when now the players who are derailing us are the players who are over the hill, you know. And like someone has rightly said, you know, sometimes it is always good to retire while you're still loved. You know, I've got a conspiracy theory that Onyango is not injured. I think Onyango took one for the team. He was like, my hamstring or whatever, it's not okay. You know, and I wish I could call Shompo to say, hey, Shompo, you know, just get injured a little bit, you know, and then allow other players to come in and play. I mean, he's a good player, but today, you know, I don't know, he cannot even play. Today we were playing the short passing and it was frustrating Kaizer Chiefs. But the thing is that now they started to realize that, you know what, if they close down other players and free Shompo to receive a pass, Shompo will give it back to them. And when he gives it
and
back
he
to
did
them,
it unnecessarily so.
You know, so yeah.
Quiet. Let's come into you and give you the opportunity to tell us how was tonight's game. I know we've had Thabiso, we've had Mish, who are very disappointed. They've said what they've said, but let's hear what you say about tonight's game.
Hi, hey. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Lady Q.
I'm very disappointed, obviously. I even have a headache. But overall, I think we played well. We were just lacking the results. We were lacking to score. There are some setbacks that we have. People like Bomanyama that were not fit for this game, I think. I don't know if mentally they were fit, even physically, because physically they were not fit. So it was very disappointing. And the silly mistakes our Parker did, they were very frustrating. We could have scored more games, but even the lack of communication and the lack of confidence in our players, actually, that's the thing that is actually killing us. Because every time they want to, I will say they want to hold the back and carry the ball to the 18th area, of which it's something that you can't always do. Every time a striker gets the ball, they want to pass it. So those target on shots are coming from the defenders and not actually coming from them. So it was very disappointing. Even the results says. I don't know about our coach. Yeah, Ernest is something else, hey? In any case, yeah, I'm sad. I'm very disappointed. I was gonna settle for a draw today, but hey, it didn't happen.
Do you now considering you? I mean, there's 3 games still to go. I mean, we've got Thabiso who conceded in saying that based on what he saw today, for him the league is gone. Even though you guys have a superior goal difference, but he doesn't see how you guys will win the upcoming games. You've got Mish as well, who is very disappointed. It seems as though that even you guys winning the league, it's the end of the road for Murendeni.
Yes, obviously that's how Chiefs works. You know, almost if we don't get the results, our coaches goes. That's how it works. Even if the thing is that even with supporters, it is always the case. If we don't get the results, we always sing fire the coach, fire the coach. So obviously, if we don't get the league this season, he will be gone. And I'm sure he will also be gone. I'm sure he will resign himself. You can look how frustrated he is. He's very frustrated, that man. I think if we don't get the league this season, he will resign himself. And Madam Truth has una ego, yes. Yes, hello.
Let's say you guys win the league, right? Would you be satisfied with him staying?
Yeah, man.
No, that guy's going regardless.
When it comes to me, at the end of the day, if we let him go with the right suitable coach for Kaizer Chiefs, who are we
Kelvin
going to
Hunt
get?
is available.
Yeah, Kelvin Hunt is available.
Kevin Hunt is available.
Will Kevin Hunt be able to coach Kaizer Chiefs? Guys, you must remember.
Yes.
He's the perfect coach for Kaizer Chiefs.
He's the perfect.
Middendorf must stay. Middendorf must stay. Middendorf must stay. Middendorf must stay.
Where are these people coming
Wait,
from
you
now?
two are together?
That are not practicing social distancing coming from.
Let me tell you something.
To be honest, I don't want Ernest to stay. Ernest doesn't have a plan B. If his plan A fails, he gets frustrated, he gets confused, he doesn't know what to do anymore. He doesn't have trust in our players, hence he always plays Abu Parker. So I don't think it's a good idea for him to stay, but I'm just not sure who will be the rightful coach for Kaizer Chiefs if he goes.
Kevin Hunt. Let me tell you something.
Maybe we should try.
Can I say something quickly?
Okay, quickly and then Kelvin.
So
I'm available. I can come and coach.
Kelvin.
I know there's no Benny McCarthy, but guys, are they gonna be able to coach Kaizer Chiefs? Kaizer Chiefs
Kevin Hunt is big.
No,
I'm available.
Coach for Chiefs. I don't know what you're saying.
Kelvin.
I don't know.
You
but
see,
yeah, we win the league, we don't win the league. I think Ernest should just go.
I'm going to say something very controversial. Gavin, it was supposed to be Kevin Hunt is available, and you guys flopped by not taking Rulani on because he was a young coach. He was going to start with a team from
Are you being for real, Mara Sedi?
Yes, I'm telling you.
But you know,
I'm telling you.
But you know what? Let me come in here.
No,
let me come in quickly. Lady Q and Sedi. Let me say this. You know, I think that Mutaumu will struggle unless Kaizer comes in. But I think Bobby will struggle getting Kevin Hunt because wherever Kevin Hunt went, he had full control in terms of players that he wants in and all that.
What I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That guys, remember, Kaizer Chiefs doesn't allow their coaches to have full control. So they always
just like Pirates.
That's the thing. That's the one I'm saying.
That's
I'm not
like
saying
Sundowns
those
as well.
coaches are not gonna be good enough to coach Chiefs, but will they be able to manage with the management that we as Kaizer Chiefs have? Because Kaizer Chiefs doesn't allow their coaches to have full capacity of the team to do whatever they want to do with the team. They always get these things of we are the management and we're gonna tell you who to play and not who to play and how to coach our team. That's the reason that what I'm saying, I don't think there will be any other coach that will be able to coach Kaizer Chiefs. That's the thing, because we need a coach that will be able to stand on their feet and say, you know what, if I can't do this, then let me go. I think if we get that kind of a coach,
Let you someone like Pito then.
Let it you.
Because Sundowns is the same.
Pito's arrogant.
You know, Sundowns is the same as well. Sundowns also, you know, Pito had to force his way into Sundowns management. You know, and usually for one to do that, two things must happen. You know,
you need to
first
have a
season, first season you let them be, but you try as much as you can to win the fans over first, and then win some trophies. When you've got the backing of the fans and trophies to back you up, then you can try to challenge management. You know.
That's how he got 4 extra years.
Kelvin.
But it becomes difficult because Chiefs
but
is...
you speak as if Pito was...
Kelvin, come in, my brother.
Yes, Chulu.
Yeah, I'm here.
How was the game for you?
Aye. That game, man, second half, it was the longest second half I've ever watched. Longest 45 minutes of my life. But anyway, I'm happy with the win. But I'm not happy with how we played. But we are grinding at the moment.
But I think that was a strategy
the
when
3
it
points.
comes
I'm
to
happy,
Sundowns.
hoping to get more goals against the Mbopo teams. Then we can clinch the league, and then I'll be happy. 10 times champions, we move.
Oh, there you heard it.
There's still a long way to go, guys. But now I'm not happy with my team. Anyway, when it comes to today's game, I think Pito was scared. Let's be honest. Pito was scared about today's game. So him packing the bus for the second half wanted to secure this one goal. So not to me, I think he did well because that's something that we failed to do. What game was it? The previous game that we had. I was like, we were supposed to pack the bus and secure our one goal and just go with our one goal win, and at least we could have taken the 3 points. Yes, it was not a nice outcome of the playing, but at least you had 3 points in your bag, even though the players didn't play as you guys wanted to. And I think he did well, according to me.
We could have scored more goals.
We also could have scored more goals. Remember, we were also attacking, guys. If they went forward, I think to us, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, if the Sundowns players went forward, we were gonna score.
So
our second half was much better than the first half.
Because Sundowns supporters named us. So we saw Jali against Maritzburg, and I guess many of us assumed that him being back from suspension, he was gonna start. And going back to the interview that Coach Pito had, and he essentially spoke about how he doesn't understand why Sundowns supporters are criticizing Kaizer. And initially, I looked at it as Pito is trying to prove a point to us or something in placing Jali on the bench and playing Kaizer. Now, obviously, the first half, Sundowns played very well. Kaizer had a great game. I'm not going to fault him on that. But do you think that Coach Pito is somehow playing mind games with us as well as supporters? That he's trying to mess us up in some way?
No, I don't think so. I think whatever is happening there in the bubble is why Jali is always coming from the bench and starting once in a while. When I know whatever that's going on there, but Pito can come here and tell us that Jali does not make a difference when he's on the pitch. Because you can see when Jali is on the pitch and you can feel his presence there. My thinking today for starting Jali off the bench was maybe because he knows that Jali has a very short temper. So he didn't want Jali unnecessarily getting a red card or making mistakes where we might still need him for the last 3 games. Maybe that's why they're trying to put him in sparingly. If his attitude goes haywire or whatever, at least we know, okay, if he's on this yellow card, okay, we'll start him from the bench. Now he has a clean slate. He could have easily played 90 minutes. And it's not to say we're discrediting Rivaldo. We saw Rivaldo knows how to play football. We know, we saw it, we've seen it. It's just that it's going to take us it's going to take us time to get used to him all the time on the pitch.
You know, there's 2 things about Pito that piss me off sometimes. Ne? Pito is a coach that never wants to admit that something is wrong, and he wants to prove a point. Like, he's that coach that wants to say, if I try this thing, it has to work. Right? Second thing about Pito is whatever personal issues he has with players, he makes them our problem.
And it's not our issue. Yes, you're
those
right.
are 2 things I really don't like about Pito. So here's the thing, right? Jali, and my mentality coming to the Chiefs game was, because Jali has a clean slate, Jali can play today. Start, actually, right? Because now you do the match, we have 4 games left. He can actually afford to play all 4 games, even if he gets yellows. So my thinking, and Jali is not just, like, he's not a Mkulisi, he's not a Mawunda. When Jali is on the field, you see Jali and you feel Jali is on the field.
Exactly.
Whatever. So you want to go into that game as fans, you want to see that lineup and have that confidence that we're going to dominate. Charlie is the type of player that bosses the midfield. He bosses it, right? So now you're going into a game, and my issue here is because Kekana has been underperforming lately. Who's this boy? Nkulisi, right? He overcompensates for Kekana, and then we sort of end up missing him. Whereas he's just overcompensating for Kekana, right? But now with Jali can still boss and compensate for Kekana without you even realizing it, right? So Jali is that type of player you say, I want Jali to walk into that midfield, into that starting 11. And for me, I feel like Peter has issues with Jali. Rena we are part of. And I mean, I don't want that.
And I really like Rona. It's none of our business.
Players, good players.
But guys,
good family, bad family. We just want to win.
But guys, while I understand where you're coming from, and in Peter's defense, sometimes, if the issue is ill-discipline, then it becomes tricky, because
but Murendeni, if it's ill-discipline, why is he even on the bench?
That's another thing now, is that now, first of all, now all the players are on the bench with these new COVID regulations. Everyone is on the bench. As long as you're not suspended, you are on the bench. The issue now becomes an issue of Sundowns. If there's an issue of ill-discipline, is Sundowns as a team acting? And if Sundowns as a team is not acting, then it leaves rooms for speculation, because the other side will be speculating that there's ill-discipline, but because no action is being taken, other people will be saying that the coach has got issues with the player, and we don't really know what is happening. So for me, even though I understand that, I think it goes beyond the coach. It goes to the team as a whole.
I think, I have to disagree with you when it comes to this ill-discipline thing, right? Because for one, or maybe in this regard, you're referring to off-pitch ill-discipline, ne? Because
off-pitch.
We all know this.
I'm not talking about on pitch. I'm talking about things outside of football, and things, it's a job, We know that Serena is a temperamental player, but when a temperamental player is training as usual, when a temperamental player is not missing training, it's one thing. But when you've got a very good player who's not temperamental, but maybe there are issues which might have resulted in him missing training, for an example, and not being as fit as he should be, then it becomes an issue. Remember, Jali was one of the players who tested positive for COVID, and he was 10 days behind. He came to the game late, and then there were issues of being drunk and all of those things. But that's why I say that it boils back to the team to say that when the team is not active, it leaves. That's why we're having this conversation. We're having this conversation because Sundowns as a team did not act when those things were there. And because, Orlando Pirates had an issue with Lodge. They acted, they punished Lodge. Lodge came back and then he started training. Now you know that when Lodge is not playing, it's because it's a coach's decision, because
but
he's back, he's training.
Sundowns didn't act. Just because we didn't hear about it in the media. They acted, it's just that we didn't hear about it in the media.
No, or they
didn't hear anything.
Well, look.
No.